Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Back with a brand new review for all of you. I went to the theaters and saw a special event, I guess you would call it, man. Regal Cinema's doing this thing that I freaking love. It's so awesome. We're in October, so everybody's doing like their 31 days of horror or Halloween or whatever you want to call it, where they're picking like certain movies a day or certain themes throughout the month, or just seeing how many horror movies that they can watch throughout the month, man, like I'm doing. And Regal is doing classic horror films every single day, 31 days, different movie for every single one of those days, man, which is freaking awesome. And I love that. So I went to that, did that, and I plan on doing some more of those throughout the month. But I went to the theaters to the double feature. I saw The Strangers Chapter 2. That review will be out later on this here channel. But I also saw this classic film right here, Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. And it was on Friday, so kudos for them on that, man. I've seen the movie before. I've done Friday the 13th franchise watches and all that stuff before, but I've only seen it in the 2D format. I've never seen it in 3D. And if you've watched that movie not in 3D, it's it's a little wacky, right, man? You can see all the stuff that they're doing, obviously, for the 3D. It seems like it's taking too long or spending too long of time of it and all that stuff. If you're watching the standard definition, man, but seeing it in 3D was something that I wanted to experience, especially in theaters. All that stuff, man. I'm all for seeing classic movie theaters, going to the theaters to see classic movies, man. Anytime Jurassic Park is in theaters, I make sure that I'm there. To be honest with you, I think the last time I saw a 3D movie was Jurassic Park in theaters, because I'm not really, a 3D gimmick is not my gimmick. I don't really get into 3D movies all that much, but I went to it because, again, Jurassic Park's my all-time favorite film. So anytime that thing's in theaters, I go to see it. And I don't remember the 3D effects being all that great or anything in that movie. But seeing this movie this time around, I want to give it a try, man. Again, special time, special event thing going on. I haven't seen it ever in 3D, so I wanted to check that out. See what that kind of vibe is, man. See how that all that works out. Because again, I haven't seen a 3D movie in a while, so to put on those 3D glasses, which are now like much more stylized to this generation, that basically look like sunglasses now. You remember back in the day, I'm old enough to remember this, where it's like red and blue each side, all that stuff. When you put that stuff on and like, let's see how this goes, man. Like, let's see how this adventure goes. And let me tell you, it was freaking cool, man. Like I said, I've seen the movie before. Not really gonna be a full review on that movie and all that stuff. If you've seen a Friday the 13th movie, you've probably seen this one and all that stuff. If you haven't, it's a fun time. I mean, like it's the majority of those Friday the 13th films. Be aware they are rated R. There's a lot of adult content, if you will, a lot of nudity in these things, and a ton of gore and violence. Like the Friday the 13th franchise has its blueprint and all that stuff. With that said, this movie, not as much as the other Friday the 13th films. I don't know if that was because of the 3D or all that stuff. I don't know the insider detail on that stuff, but it seemed a little more toned down in this movie. There's still some of it in there, but it was a little more toned down than normal. But it's fun, goofy 80s slasher film and all that stuff. Quick details, but I want to talk about seeing this movie in 3D. And I'm glad I experienced this, because I mentioned it with Jurassic Park. Not the big 3D guy, and there wasn't a ton of effects with that movie. That movie wasn't really shot in 3D, so I don't know how. If I'm correct, it wasn't shot in 3D. So I don't know how they added that aspect in there and all that stuff. And again, I don't remember really seeing any of it. But watching this movie right from the get go with the freaking title card and the names just boom, zoomed in and then zoomed out. And they do it one, two, one, two, right? Like, all that stuff. And then throughout watching the movie and all that stuff, where again, like I was mentioning, if you've seen it, the standard non 3D version, it's like they're spending too much time on this thing. Why does this stick right in front of the camera and all that stuff? But when you see it in 3D, it's like, oh, that's cool, because it's right there, like obviously the 3D effect, right? So you get that, a freaking mouse right in your face, walking a plank, or obviously freaking the gore and stuff, like eyeballs flying at your face and all that stuff. It's just a cool vibe, man. I know it sounds weird to say, but it's a cool freaking vibe and an awesome experience to see all that stuff in 3D, and it makes that film better, um, watching it that way than the standard version and all that stuff. But even like when like the scenes where they're in the barn and they're like hay's moving around, there's like hay falling around in front of your face. Like that stuff's cool, man. Like that's a cool idea. Like again, I've said it multiple times. 3D is not something I typically go in for and all that stuff. But I'm probably not going to continue unless it's like stuff like this. But that was cool. Like that was a cool experience. It was fun. Just the random stuff that was right in front of your face, and the way it looked and all that stuff was so cool, man. Like I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that vibe a good bit. And the other vibe that I enjoyed with this was the freaking Harry Manfredini soundtrack and themes are so freaking classic, and especially with this film and just the awesome, like horror, like poppy techno vibe with the songs, all that stuff, and it was blaring in that theater, dude. Like it was freaking loud as can be, and I loved it. I loved the freaking energy that was bringing. Like it was a fun time. A good, theater wasn't packed. There's a good amount of people in there. They were having a good time. You heard the laughs, you had the fun. You heard some people say "ew" when stuff was coming in, showing up at their face and all that stuff. Freaking fun time, man. Like that was a fun time vibe, and I'm so glad I, locked in and went to go see that one. And again, I love that Regal's doing this, different movies. I wish maybe some of the movies could be in there like all week and all that stuff, but you got to pick and choose if you're able to get there and all that stuff. And I was glad I was able to get to that one. This coming week, as the release of this episode, American Werewolf in London is going to be in theaters. I like that movie a lot. I want to see if I can get to that. The Exorcist is one of the movies that'll be shown. I'm for sure seeing that because Exorcist is top 5 favorite horror film for me. So I love this for me, man. I love this vibe and all that stuff, and I love they're doing this. I hope they continue to do this every single year, and hopefully I can get out there for more movies. But this is a fun time, man, and hopefully they bring it back every year and just have a good time with it because that's fun. That's fun entertainment right there, man. Like an '80s slasher cheeseball movie, with 3D effects. The freaking themes are blaring in the theater, man. You're just having a good freaking time, man. So, great experience. Again, Friday the 13th Part 3, 3D. It doesn't have high scores on Rotten Tomatoes. Is that something you believe in? But I had a fun time with it. Like, obviously, it's not like the greatest movie of all time. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be, I think we overly judge films way too much in this day and age. But that movie was fun. Like, that was a good, fun time. The characters are goofy and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure I would be Shelley in the real world, I guess, probably. I don't know. But that was fun. Like that was a fun time. Glad I got to experience that. What a vibe. What an entertaining thing, man. Loved it. They had the Regal I went to. They had the theming in the lobby where there's like this setup. They got freaking horror stuff everywhere. You got, you know, Friday the 13th jersey, mannequin wearing a jersey and a mask and all this stuff. It's just so cool. And I love it. And I'm glad they're going in for it, man. I don't know if any other movie theaters are doing that, but check your local listings there. Check the Regals if you got a Regal close to you. Check their website. They got all kinds of movies coming up. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm posting them as well for each week. But I love it, man. I'm having a good time with it. That was a fun time vibe. Let me know if you checked it out. If you're going to check out any of these other classic films in theaters, man. I love doing this. Like I said, I see Jurassic Park every time it's in theaters. I see Back to the Future every time it's in theaters. And this idea, I just absolutely love, man. And I can't wait to do more. Hope to see more and all that stuff, and can't wait to experience these things. Like seeing these movies, you're like, why would you watch that? Why don't you go see that movie at home? You own it on Blu-ray or it's on streaming or something like that. Yeah, sure, whatever. I love going to the movie theaters, man. I love the movie theater experience. Like being in there, big screen. You got the popcorn smells and all that stuff. You got the popcorn with you and all that stuff. You got your drink and all that. And you're just in there and you're vibing. Like I said, this movie, absolute fun time vibe in theaters, man. Again, I wish it was showing longer for people to have that opportunity to see it, but gotta be quick on the draw, man, with these things, and be quick on the decisions and all that. And that was fun, man. So Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D in theaters. Fantastically fun vibe, man. Like I said, drop it in the comments. Let me know if you were able to experience that last Friday when it was in theaters, or if you've seen the movie at all and what you think about it and all that stuff in the comments. So we like to have a good, fun vibe over here. But yeah, man, that was the quick review. Again, be on the lookout. Strangers Chapter 2 review will be out later this week on this here YouTube channel. And that's going to do it for this review, man. So appreciate you taking the time to listen in and watch this goofball be goofy and talk about the thing he loves, which is movies, man. So appreciate you all. Remember, you matter. You're capable, incredible things. Trust yourself, believe in yourself, and all things will come in true. As long as you believe in yourself, you do truly matter, man. Talk to you next review.